Oh my God.
Sit down, you ain't got no home training.
I know.
I'm just excited to see everything. I want to see everything. I want to do everything. I want to tell.
Amy Slaton, beloved star of 1000 Delby Sisters, has been stepping into an exciting and surprisingly creative new chapter of her life following the dramatic and heartfelt Season 7 finale, showing fans a side of herself that many never expected to see, and doing so with the kind of energy, joy, and unapologetic authenticity that has always made her such a relatable and endearing figure. In recent weeks, she has not only embraced motherhood with visible pride and devotion, but also embarked on a thriving career in the arts, moving from simple paper crafts to more ambitious projects such as abstract canvas painting and, most recently, Funko Pop-inspired minifigures, which have taken her social media followers by storm. With her latest work, a lovingly detailed set of Golden Girls character figures featuring Bea Arthur, Betty White, Rue McClanahan, and Estelle Getty earning her an outpouring of praise from fans, some of whom admitted they were moved to tears by how perfectly she captured the outfits, personalities, and nostalgia of the iconic sitcom. This new artistic path marks a major turnaround for Amy, who not long ago faced some troubling headlines after being charged, alongside her now husband Brian Lovvorn, with possession of illegal drugs and child endangerment, a scandal that sparked intense speculation that she had lost custody of her two sons, Gage and Glenn, and was on a downward spiral influenced by Brian's own alleged issues. Yet Amy has seemingly turned the tide, proving through consistent updates and candid posts that she is still the primary caregiver for her children and is determined to build a stable, creative, and loving environment for them, with one of the most touching examples being her recent Facebook video celebrating Glenn's birthday, in which the little boy, dressed in a chef's uniform from a fan-gifted cooking set, thanked well-wishers himself, charming viewers, and reassuring longtime supporters that Amy is fully present in her kids' lives. The fact that she is balancing parenting with this flourishing art career has only added to the admiration many feel for her. And when she revealed her Golden Girls figures on Instagram, she captioned the post as Amy Lovvorn Creations presents Golden Girl Funko Podheads, which not only confirmed her playful sense of branding, but also quietly fueled speculation that she and Brian had already tied the knot, especially since she was using his last name in public, something fans immediately picked up on, remembering how the couple's engagement on Season 7 included the eyebrow-raising plan to marry in an insane asylum, an idea that was quickly vetoed by her siblings, who have often been her most vocal supporters and protectors despite their own complicated dynamics. The marriage rumors gained further traction as fans noted that Amy looked happier, healthier, and more focused than she had in months, diving into her crafts with the same quirky enthusiasm she once brought to her reality TV antics, but now channeling it into something tangible and potentially lucrative, with many commenters even joking that they would happily buy pothead versions of her and Tammy if she ever decided to make them, while others expressed hope that Amy's art could evolve into a business that sustains her financially independent of the show, perhaps even leading to convention appearances or custom figure commissions. In many ways, Amy's artistic evolution mirrors her broader personal journey from struggling under the public eye with weight loss challenges, family drama, and the pressures of fame, to reclaiming her narrative and proving that she can be both a devoted mother and a creative entrepreneur, even after facing personal and legal setbacks that might have derailed someone less resilient. And the warm, sometimes teasing but always supportive reactions from her fan base suggest that viewers are more than ready to see this next chapter unfold, with her Golden Girls tribute standing as both a love letter to a comfort show classic and a bold statement that Amy Slaton Lovvorn is, in her own offbeat way, ready to take the world by storm, one hand-painted minifigure at a time.
Can you sit up taller for me?
I can't. That's...
You can't, that's it? Okay. Sorry about that.
Amy Slaton, the outspoken and often unpredictable star of 1000 Delby Sisters, has long been a fan favorite for her unfiltered humor, resilience in the face of life's challenges, and a deeply human mix of triumphs and missteps that have made her reality TV journey so compelling. But in recent months, her story has taken on an especially intriguing turn, centered around her whirlwind romance with Brian Lovvorn, a relationship that has unfolded with dizzying speed, punctuated by romantic gestures, public controversies, legal troubles, and now a swirl of rumors that the pair may already be married despite the chaos. Their romance began in June 2024 in a seemingly ordinary way, when Amy met Brian at a summer concert in the park, a setting that would later seem almost quaint compared to the gothic flair their love story would adopt. And though Amy admitted, in her candid, self-deprecating style, that she wasn't immediately attracted to him, Brian managed to charm her into a first date, and from there, the two quickly became inseparable, leaning into each other's quirks and shared offbeat humor. By October 2020, for just 5 months into dating, Brian orchestrated a proposal at Henderson Haunts, the haunted house in Kentucky, perfectly tailored to Amy's love of all things spooky. And in a deliberate departure from traditional diamond engagement rings, he presented her with a gothic silver band featuring 2 skeletal hands forming a heart, an unconventional choice that delighted Amy, who later joked to friends and followers, "This is my best proposal yet," slyly referencing her past romantic failures, while fans and some family members were amused by the theatricality. Amy's sister Tammy expressed serious reservations about the speed of the relationship, openly worrying that they were rushing into a commitment without truly knowing each other, and her concerns only grew when, less than a year later, the couple found themselves at the center of a scandal that would draw public criticism and media attention, an incident now infamously referred to as the Safari Park arrest, which took place in September 2024 at a Tennessee zoo, when Amy and Brian were caught in possession of marijuana and psychedelic mushrooms, with Amy's 2 young sons present, leading to charges of child endangerment. The arrest sent shockwaves through the fan community, many of whom were quick to voice disappointment that Amy, who had worked so hard to present herself as a devoted mother in the wake of her weight loss journey and personal reinvention, would put her children in such a risky situation. And the fact that Brian was directly involved led to speculation about whether he was a bad influence on her. Ultimately, in December 2024, the pair pleaded guilty as part of a plea deal, each receiving a $1,000 fine, but avoiding jail time, a legal resolution that did little to calm the public backlash. Some fans felt the consequences were too light, and that Amy had not yet demonstrated that she had learned from the ordeal. Nevertheless, the couple pressed forward with their wedding plans, which, true to their shared aesthetic, were set for Halloween 2025 and envisioned as a full-blown spooky affair, complete with gothic taxidermy and theatrical decorations. But with the original venue slated to be an abandoned asylum, an idea Tammy vehemently opposed, saying it carried bad energy and refusing to attend if that was where the nuptials were held, leading to family tensions that played out both behind the scenes and, to a degree, in the public eye. Eventually, reports surfaced that Amy had changed the venue to a Mayflower-themed ceremony, a bizarre but somehow fitting pivot that still carried an unconventional flavor. Though, as of July 2025, it remained unclear whether the wedding had already taken place, as fans began to notice subtle hints, such as Amy referring to herself as Amy Lovvorn in social media posts that suggested the couple may have quietly tied the knot. Meanwhile, the relationship continued to divide opinion among the 1000 Delby Sisters audience, with some celebrating the fact that Amy appeared happier and more confident with Brian by her side, and others remaining deeply skeptical given the legal issues and the speed of their engagement. Through it all, Amy maintained an active online presence, sharing updates about her children, her increasingly impressive art projects including her much-loved Golden Girls Funko-inspired figures, and snippets of her day-to-day life, which, for better or worse, kept the rumor mill turning, ensuring that whether or not the wedding had actually happened, the love story of Amy Slaton and Brian Scott Lovvorn would remain one of the most talked-about sagas in the 1000 Del B Sisters universe. Unpredictable blend of romance, risk, reinvention, and just enough mystery to keep her fans endlessly speculating about what will happen next.
It's nice to know where you come from.
I called and I knew we were related to somebody important.
Do you know how brave he...
Amy Slaton, the larger-than-life personality from 1000 Del B Sisters, whose weight loss journey, sharp wit, and often unpredictable personal life have kept fans hooked for years, is once again at the center of intense speculation, this time about whether she and her fiancé Brian Scott Lovvorn have already walked down the aisle in a secret wedding that bypassed their original, highly theatrical plans. When news first broke that Amy wanted her dream wedding to reflect her eccentric tastes, Victorian-style dresses, a touch of gothic decor, pink-dyed hair to match her fun-loving personality, and even a setting drenched in spooky charm, it seemed like the ultimate Amy event, particularly since she had already stunned fans with her Halloween 2024 engagement at Henderson Haunts, where Brian had given her a gothic silver ring with skeletal hands forming a heart instead of a traditional diamond, cementing their mutual love for the unusual. However, even before the big day, there was guest drama brewing, as certain family members, still unsettled by the couple's September 2024 arrest at a Tennessee zoo for drug possession and child endangerment, hesitated to lend their support, with some hinting that they would not attend regardless of the venue, especially after Amy initially considered hosting it in a haunted asylum, which her sister Tammy firmly opposed as bad energy, prompting a venue change to a quirky Mayflower theme. Yet despite all the planning, recent clues have sparked rumors that the wedding might have happened far earlier than the announced Halloween 2025 date, with Amy casually referring to herself as Amy Lovvorn in an Instagram comment, suggesting a possible name change, while a Facebook post from a mutual acquaintance claimed the pair had quietly married sometime after their arrest in late 2024, perhaps in an effort to solidify their bond amidst public criticism. As of July 2025, neither Amy nor Brian has confirmed or denied the speculation, but the hints have been enough to fuel online debates, with critics pointing out that Amy has a history of moving quickly in relationships, her first marriage having ended in 2023 after its own share of highs and lows, while supporters argue that her happiness should matter most, regardless of timelines. Adding to the confusion, Amy recently posted about a new baby, sending her followers into a frenzy until she clarified that the baby was, in fact, a pet snake she and Brian had adopted. An announcement that not only deflated pregnancy rumors, but also became a running joke among fans who are used to Amy's ability to stir the pot without necessarily meaning to. Meanwhile, Brian's own background has been dissected by viewers, with details of his past marriage in 2006 and an undisclosed divorce date leading some to label him a red flag, particularly when combined with the couple's arrest and fast-moving engagement and the fact that he had openly discussed wanting more children with Amy just weeks into their relationship, something that raised eyebrows among those who fear she might be rushing into a blended family situation without enough stability. Looking ahead, the possibilities for Amy and Brian's future are as unpredictable as the couple themselves. They have indeed married in secret. Fans are left wondering if and when they will confirm it publicly, and if they haven't, whether they will stick to the Halloween 2025 date or scrap the event entirely for something more low-key. Other scenarios, less optimistic, include the potential resurfacing of legal troubles, given their history, or, on the more hopeful side, the expansion of their family. Though whether that means having a child together or simply continuing to collect unconventional pets remains to be seen. Through it all, Amy's journey from an emotional and physical transformation in front of the cameras to the deeply personal ups and downs of love Motherhood and public scrutiny continues to fascinate fans who tune in not only to watch her next move, but to root for her in the hopes that she finds lasting happiness. Whether that comes in the form of a grand Victorian wedding with pink hair and spooky centerpieces, a private courthouse ceremony no one knew about, or simply living life on her own terms, unfiltered and unapologetic as she's always done. For now, the only certainty is that her love story with Brian is anything but ordinary. And with a possible season 8 of 1000 Delby Sisters on the horizon, along with Amy's ever-revealing social media updates, the answer to the question are they officially married? It's one that will keep fans watching, speculating, and debating for months to come.